Hello friends, I am Jayarachi Rathod welcoming you in the introductory lecture of Integral Calculus. We are all familiar with the integration. In 12th standard, we learn about the integration with respect to x, or we can say it is a single variable integration. We all see I is equal to integration from a to b with respect to x. Here the only variable is x, and this is called lower limit of x and this is called upper limit of x, and we integrate function of x. We have so many different types of method to integrate different types of functions. So let's move to the double integration, in which we have to deal with the two variables. Let's take most familiar variable x and y. Here we will have two layers of integration. Let's say integration with respect to x and integration with respect to y of function of xy. Now, this inner portion will be known as inner integration. Here we will have lower limit of x. It may be function of y or some constant, and here we will represent the upper limit of x, and during this integration we have to take y as a constant. Now after this integration we have to move on the outer integration, where the lower limit, let's say it will be a, and upper limit of y, let's say we have b. You should notice that after inner integration your whole function will be purely function of y, because we already integrate with respect to x and we place the limit of x also. So we just have to integrate purely function of y, which is from a to b, which can be said as integration in single variable. Now let's try to see the same thing with another variables. Let's say we have double integration and our variables are dr and d theta, and then we have to integrate function of r and theta. So initially we will consider inner integration, where the lower limit of r will be function of theta or some constant, and upper limit of r will be another function of theta, in which we will consider your theta as a constant, and then we move to the outer integration with respect to theta, and we'll substitute the limits of theta. Let's say lower limit is a and upper limit is b. Similarly, if we talk about triple integration, it is but obvious that we have to deal with the three variables, and we will have three layers of integration. Let's take the most familiar variables dx, dy and dz. So our function will be of xyz. Here we'll get lower limit and here we'll get upper limit of x, and during this integration we have to take y and z as a constant. Then we will move to the second layer of the integration, where we substitute lower and upper limit of u, and during this integration we will take z as a constant, and finally we will integrate with respect to z and substitute the lower as well as upper limit of the z. So we can say this is the basic knowledge how we have to see integration. So let's try to solve some examples. In this question, we have to evaluate integration 0 to pi, integration 0 to sine theta, r dr d theta. First of all, we have to integrate with respect to r. So just consider inner integration. This outer integration will be as it is. So 0 to pi will be as it is. Integration of r will be r square by 2. Limit is from 0 to sine theta. Dot d theta will be as it is. Okay. Substitute upper limit instead of r, so we will get sine square theta. minus substitute lower limit and you will get 0 square. This 1 by 2 is a constant. We don't have to worry about it. So take it outside of the integration. Okay. So now we just have to integrate sine square theta. So to integrate sine square theta, we should convert it 1 by 2, 1 minus cos, double the angle. So we can integrate easily. So this 1 by 2 will become 1 by 4. Integration of 1 will be theta and integration of cos 2 theta will be sine 2 theta upon coefficient of theta, which is 2. Limit is from 0 to pi. Now let's substitute limit. From upper limit, you will get pi minus sine 2 pi by 2. And from lower limit, you will get 0. Badama 0 is so 1 by 4 pi and sine 2 pi is simply 0. So your final answer is pi by 4. Ta-da! If you like our content, don't forget to like and subscribe. And you can also join our online as well as offline courses to improve your results. Let's evaluate this integration. Your first integration will be as it is. We just have to focus on integration with respect to r. So integration of r will be r square by 2. Your upper limit is a 1 plus cos theta and lower limit is 0. Okay, so your outer integration will be as it is. This 1 by 2 will also remain as it is. Let's substitute upper limit instead of r. So we will get a square 1 plus cos theta the whole square minus lower limit you will get 0 square. Okay. Now a square and by 2 is a constant term. Take it outside. We just have to integrate 1 plus cos theta the whole square. A plus b the whole square, right? Which can be expanded as a square plus 2 times ab plus b square. So here we'll get 1 square plus 2 times 1 into cos theta plus cos theta square dot d theta. We can integrate 1 to cos theta, but to integrate cos square theta, we have to convert into 1 plus cos double the angle by 2. Rest of the terms will be as it is. Now this 1 by 2 and 1 will become 3 by 2. So we are ready for integration. A square by 2 will be as it is. Integration of 3 by 2 will be d theta by 2 plus 2 will be as it is. Integration of cos theta will be sine theta plus this 1 by 2 will be as it is. Integration of cos 2 theta will be sine 2 theta upon coefficient of theta, which is 2. Your lower limit is 0, upper limit is pi. A square by 2 will be as it is. If we substitute upper limit, your 3 by 2 theta will be 3 pi by 2 plus 2 sine pi plus 1 by 4 sine 2 pi minus from 0 limit we will get 0. So finally this sine pi and sine 2 pi both are 0. So you will get 3 pi a square by 4. Ta-da! Let's evaluate this integration. First of all, consider inner integration in which we have to integrate with respect to r. So your outer integration will be as it is, which is integration with respect to theta. And the integration of r will be r square by 2. And your limits are 0 to 1. If we substitute our upper limit, we will get 1 square minus from lower limit, we will get 0 square. by 2 and outer integration will be remain as it is. Now this 1 by 2 is constant, take it outside. We just have to integrate 1 with respect to theta, which is theta, and your limits are 0 to pi by 4. So 1 by 2 will be as it is. Substitute upper limit, you will get pi by 4, minus from lower limit we will get 0. So your final answer is pi by 8. Ta-da! Let's try to change the order. So your inner integration, which is 0 to 1, take it outside, and your outer integration, which is with respect to theta, take it inside, and we have integration of r. But first of all, we are going to integrate with respect to theta. So r will be constant, and we just have to integrate 1 with respect to theta. Your outer integration still remain as it is, and integration of 1 with respect to theta will be theta. Limit is from 0 to pi by 4, which will become pi by 4, which is purely constant term. Rest of the things will be as it is. Now this pi by 4 is a constant, take it outside. Integration of r will be r square by 2. Limit is from 0 to 1. So pi by 4, from upper limit we will get 1 square, minus from lower limit we will get 0 square, whole divided by 2. So we will get pi by 8 as a final answer. So if limits are made up of constant terms, then you can change the order and you will get same result. But limits are depend on one and another variable, then you cannot change the order. આ સમમાં તમે એવું ટ્રાય મારો ને તો નહીં ના થાય, આન્સર ખોટો આવશે. અલગ આવશે એવું નહીં, ખોટો આવશે. યસ, આમાં જુઓ r નું ડિપેન્ડ ઓન થીટા છે એટલે એવું નહીં કરી શકો તમે લોકો. ખ્યાલ આવ્યો? Let's evaluate double integration. First of all, let's consider inner integration, which is with respect to r. So we will just integrate this r square as a r cube by 3. We don't have to worry about this cos theta. And your limits for inner integration is 0 to 1 minus sin theta. Outer integration will be as it is. Now let's substitute upper limit, which is 1 minus sin theta. So it will become 1 minus sin theta the whole cube, minus from lower limit we will get 0 cube, whole divided by 3, and this cos theta will also remain as it is. Okay, now let's take 1 by 3 common. It is just constant term, and try to expand 1 minus cos theta by applying a minus b the whole cube, which will be expanded as a cube minus 3a square b plus 3ab square minus b cube. Okay, so it will be 1 cube minus 3 1 square sin theta plus 3 1 into sin square theta minus sin cube theta into your cos theta will be as it is. બરોબર? અહીં સુધી તમે કર્યું. હવે હું નાનકડી એક વસ્તુ બતાવું. જુઓ ધ્યાનથી. Here we have function of sin theta and cos theta within the multiplication of d theta. So let's assume sin theta is equal to t, and if we differentiate both the side we will get cos theta d theta is equal to dt. Now we have to change the limit. Theta is equal to pi by 2, so we will get t is equal to sin pi by 2, or we can say 1, and your lower limit is 0. So for theta equal to 0, t will be sin 0, which is nothing but 0. So we are ready to modify our integration. Integration will become 0 to 1. Your function will be 1 minus 3. Instead of sin theta we have to place t. So it will be 3t square minus t cube, and this cos theta dot d theta will become your dt. Now we are ready for integration. Integration of 1 will be t minus 3 t square by 2 plus 3 t cube by 3 minus t raised to 4 by 4. Limit is from 0 to 1. Now let's substitute limit. From upper limit, we will get 1 by 3, 1 minus 3 by 2 plus 3 by 3 minus 1 by 4. And from lower limit, we will get 0. Okay na? Now asu thase 3 by 3 will become 1. So your final answer will be 1 by 12. Ta-da!